From the 1984-85 season through the 1987-88 season, Larry shot 51.7% from the field, 41.4% from three-point range, and 90.1% from the free throw line. That means Larry Legend doesn't just have a 50-40-90 season on his resume, but he has a 4-season stretch of 50-40-90 percentages. Just to finish fourth in the MVP race,
rainbow shot.
He immediately turned the Celtics franchise around. A year after winning 29 games, Boston, with Bird leading the charge, won 6.
Come on, that's different. That's different, bro. But it was a different type of clutch. Like, it was extra clutch, clutch, and with some confidence. You know what I'm saying? Some swag to it. Like, yeah, I know the stories I'll be telling. I know. He used to tell me where you go shoot it from. You know what I'm saying? That's different, bro. I think for the game, you know what I'm saying? Tell me, I'm about to go to the corner real fast, hit this tray pound, and we go home. Then go to the corner, hit this tray pound off 1 foot, and we go home. That's tough. Really?
Larry was arguably the greatest passing forward of all time. His court vision, high basketball IQ, and team play was off the charts. This aspect of his game is sometimes overlooked because of the reality that he
bro. I know this is a fact video, not really a highlight video, but you gotta see what's going on.
This aspect of his game is sometimes overlooked because of the reality that he played in the same era as Magic Johnson. With a 6'9" inches frame and an unparalleled basketball IQ, Larry Bird was a force to be reckoned with on the court. His silky smooth shooting stroke, combined with a fierce competitive spirit, made him one of the most feared and respected players of his era. Beyond the numbers and accolades, Larry Bird's impact on the game extends far beyond his statistical achievements. He embodied the blue-collar work ethic and the never-say-die attitude of the heartland. His grit, determination, and clutch performances in critical moments became the stuff of legends. Welcome to the Squad Dawkins channel. Here we give you 10 straight minutes of awesome facts on the great Larry Bird.
Nobody worked as hard as Larry. He was the first guy there. He was the last guy to leave. He wore that body out with the jumpers and the running and the movement and the concentration and the focus and the discipline and the sacrifice. He had it all.
Larry Bird dominated his era, and no fact may better prove that point than this one. For 6 straight seasons from 1981 to 1986, Bird was either the MVP or the runner-up. And he also finished in the top 2 spots in 7 out of 8 seasons from 1981 to 1988. Larry Legend is the only person in NBA history to win League MVP, Coach of the Year, and Executive of the Year. From the 1984-85 season through the 1987-88 season, Larry shot 51.7% from the field, 41.4% from three-point range, and 90.1% from the free throw line. That means Larry Legend doesn't just have a 50-40-90 season on his resume, but he has a 4-season stretch of 50-40-90 percentages. During that...
Yo, bro. You feel me? And 50-40-90, in today's game, that's very emphasized as great shooting. If you get a 50-40-90 game, that was a great shooting night, you know.
That stretch, he averaged 28.1 points per game. Other than the great Steph Curry and Kevin Durant, no player has ever scored that many points per game in a single season while putting up 50-40-90 percentages. And again, Larry did that over a 4-year stretch. Larry Bird has one of the greatest performances of all time that people don't talk about quite enough. Officially, only 4 players in NBA history have ever achieved the incredible quadruple-double, and Larry Legend was very close to joining this elite few. It was on February 18, 1985 against the Utah Jazz. According to Larry himself, this may have been the greatest game of his career, as he poured in 30 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists, 9 steals, and 2 blocks on 59.1 shooting. The Celtics were destroying the Jazz in just about every aspect. And at the end of the third quarter, they were leading by 22 points. Due to this, Bird didn't even play in the fourth quarter. That means he almost put up an insane quadruple-double.
I'm about to say, you only played 33 minutes, like, bro.
And only 3 quarters. Casey Jones was the Celtics head coach, and when he realized early in the fourth quarter that Larry was only 1 steal shy of the historic quadruple-double, He asked him if he would like to go back into the game, but Bird refused and said he already did enough damage.
His shot was just so, like, perfect, you know, and not only was it perfect.
Bird was out here stat padding. He wasn't out here stat padding. We good, coach. Oh, we need that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping. I saw the bro in the best like this. Like, yeah, I don't need that. I'm chilling. That's tough.
You know, my mother-in-law nicknamed his jump shot Silent Death because when he shot it, the ball just like rolled in the air, and it was almost like it was playing a song, the way it was like just moving in the air, and then it would just swish through.
Larry shot 37.6% from three-point distance, which is an even greater percentage than Damian Lillard's, who now many people are putting in the conversation of the greatest shooters of all time. Larry was also much better from three-point range in the second half of his career over the first. The reason for this is because Larry's rookie season in the NBA was also the year that the NBA introduced the three-point shot, which was 1979. This means that Bird wasn't practicing the three ball throughout his years in high school and college. Instead, he literally developed his three-point shot during his years in the NBA, and he hadn't mastered it until the mid-'80s, which drastically affected his career percentages. On top of that, Bird was an even better shooter when it mattered the most, as he shot 42.2% from three-point range over his career in the NBA Finals. That finals percentage is greater than the finals efficiency of both Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
This guy, I think he was born to play basketball. Seeing him come in and making the adjustment early, taking a team that had won 20 games the year before, next year, I mean, you know, they're 40 plus, and the next year they're 60.
Larry Bird had one of the best rookie campaigns in recent memory, even if he came when he was supposed to compete with other elite stars like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Julius Erving to win an MVP award. The forward averaged 21.3 points and 10.4 rebounds per game, while also showing the capability to dominate defenses. Unsurprisingly, Larry accumulated MVP votes and managed to finish fourth in the MVP race as a rookie. He immediately turned the Celtics
right there. That was tough.
And managed to finish fourth in the MVP
the
race
rainbow
as a
shot.
He immediately turned the Celtics franchise around. A year after winning 29 games, Boston, with Bird leading the charge, won 6.
Come on, that's different. That's different, bro. That's different. From 29 wins to 61.
61 games.
That's
Bird
tough.
won Rookie of the Year, shooting 47.4% from the field, 40.6% from three, and 83.6% from the line. The Celtics had yet another superstar in their history, but this one was seemingly a little different. At age 23, Bird only finished runner-up to Kareem, Irving, and George Gervin in the MVP race. In the 1980-81 season, a year after making the Eastern Conference Finals with rookie Bird on the squad as the best rookie in the league, the Boston Celtics once again had their star for the season. Bird went out with a bang, competing in 82 games. The forward's numbers were very consistent, as he posted 21.2 points and 10.9 rebounds per game, while leading the Celtics to the best record in the East. No team could stop the player when he was cooking as a scorer, passer, and rebounder. The Celtics ended up defeating the Houston Rockets in the NBA Finals, which capped off an all-time great season by Larry and his first NBA championship. Bird finished second 3 times before he finally captured his well-deserved MVP award. Bird's stat line during the 1984 season was incredibly complete with 24.2 points, 10.1 rebounds, 6.6 assists, 1.8 steals, and 0.9 blocks per game. As expected, Bird won his first MVP award and also winning in 7 games against the Los Angeles Lakers in the NBA Finals. Bird had the highest MVP finish of his career to date in the 1984-85 season, when he posted 28.7 points, 10.5 rebounds, 6.6 assists, 1.6 steals, and 1.2 blocks per game. He finished first in the MVP race. The superstar Celtics player came ahead of legends Magic Johnson and Moses Malone. Bird had the numbers to win the MVP award, and the narrative was on his side because the team finished first in the East. Bird began staking his claim as possibly the most dominant talent at the small forward spot in NBA history. Larry was also one of the most clutch players in NBA history. He had numerous game-winning shots in both regular season and the playoffs.
But it was a different type of clutch. Like, it was extra clutch, like, extra clutch. Clutch and with some confidence, you say, some swag to it. Like, y'all know the stories I'll be telling. Y'all know He used to tell him where he go shoot it from. You know what I'm saying? That's different, bro. I think for the game, you know what I'm saying? Tell me, yo, I'm about to go to the corner real fast, hit this tray pad, and we going home. Then go to the corner, hit this tray pad off 1 foot, and we going home. That's tough. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
And he
That's
was
tough.
known for making the big play when his team needed it most, whether on offense or defense.
Nah, for real.
Larry was
That's
arguably the
fact.
greatest passing forward of all time. His court vision, high basketball IQ, and team play was off the charts. This aspect of his game is sometimes overlooked because of the reality that he played.
Yo, bro. I know this is a fact video, not really a highlight video, but you gotta see what's going on.
This aspect of his game is sometimes overlooked because of the reality that he played in the same era as Magic Johnson. But as far as 6'9" small forwards go, Larry was as close to Magic's passing skills. Larry averaged a whopping 10 rebounds per game over the course of his career. He wasn't just a solid rebounder, he was one of the all-time greats at it. Among primary small forwards, Larry has the 3rd greatest rebound per game average in NBA history.
And that speaks volumes, bro, because he's not one of the most athletic players out on the floor. He's one of the most least athletic players on the floor, and he's still getting boards. You know what I'm saying? I was watching a whole bunch of AAU this weekend, I guess you could say. And these kids don't box out, man. They don't box out. You know what I'm saying? Also, Larry got the fundamentals there, obviously. He's not athletic, but he's using his IQ, his brain. He's boxing out the fundamentals. You know? It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous.
These are one of those stats that testify to the hustle and heart that he played with each and every night of his career. Bird was also an underrated defender. Larry played with heart and effort on both sides of the basketball every game. He wasn't the greatest shot blocker, but he did average more blocks per game over his career than LeBron James has. Larry also averaged a high 1.7 steals per game over his career. He was tenacious and scrappy, and he was a quality on-vault offender. He also made 3 all-defense teams in his career. In 1985, Bird was at home with his mother and was wanting to help her build her new driveway. While Bird was out there shoveling gravel for his mom, something happened that would change the rest of his career. Bird brutally injured his back, which would then be an ongoing battle with pain and spasms for the rest of his career.
Imagine Bird didn't injure his back, though. How we talking about Larry Bird? Does he go for another? I don't know. Y'all gotta let me know, because I don't really know what like where the Celtics were at that time, how good they were, how good Larry was at that time. You know, I'm not really in tune. Y'all gotta let me know that. Word.
Issues would play a part in Bird leaving the game earlier than many other athletes. Though while this injury begun and took place in 1985, Bird still played 7 seasons after that injury. In 1986, with the back injury and the enormous pain, Bird won his 3rd MVP in a row. He is the only player to ever accomplish this since the NBA merger.
I'm really proud to receive this award for the 3rd time, but I really don't feel that my career is over. I think I can win it some more.
The best part about Larry Bird wasn't the fact he won 3 straight MVPs. It wasn't how he won Rookie of the Year and then guided the Boston Celtics to 3 championships in the 80s. What's best about Bird is he never changed. With the Celtics, he was the same guy he was at Indiana State and the same guy he was at Springs Valley High School in French Lick, Indiana. Bird never cared about glory. Fame and fortune never changed him. Individual achievements didn't motivate him. He was all about winning. Tell us in the comments, what is your favorite Larry Bird moment? And if you enjoy this video...
That's the end of this one, y'all. You know what to do, man. Click on the last reaction. Share the video with your peoples on your social media platforms. I'm out of here, man.